called before about that, right? 4,415,658. The auction house that sold it was SCP Auctions. Their president is David Kohler. He joins us now. David, Mike Francesa in New York on WFAN and Yes Network. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. We after this historic auction, we're very, very pleased.
All right, David, I only have one question. How can you guarantee that jersey was worn by Babe Ruth?
Well, obviously we went through a whole forensic.
No, I'm asking what is the that's what I'm asking. How can anyone guarantee that that jersey was worn by Babe Ruth?
Well, it went through a company called Mirrors. That's the foremost experts that authenticate all game-worn or game-used baseball jerseys.
Well, what is the practice? I mean, how do they do that? The people involved aren't alive. The jersey's been in their possession for how many years? Since 1920. How can anybody go back and duplicate and guarantee that Babe Ruth wore a jersey in 1920? I'm asking, I'm being serious. How could anybody, to anyone's satisfaction, guarantee that?
Well, you're actually a little late to be asking this now, but all of this.
Why am I late?
All of this authentication has been done way before we went to.
Well, how do you know it's accurate?
That's because that's what we do.
Well, I'm asking you, but you haven't given anybody in the audience yet how is it done? All I'm asking is one simple question. What is the process?
The process is you need to talk to Mirrors, who's the
so you don't know the process?
Well, hold on, sir.
I just asked you a question. You don't know.
Yeah, well, you're not letting me answer.
Well, go ahead. You said ask somebody else.
So, what's that?
You said ask somebody else.
I did not say to ask somebody else.
You just said ask Mirrors.
A company called Mirrors that authenticates all the foremost jerseys in the world and U.S. And they authenticated this last year. This has a whole pedigree going way back. And if you would take the time to read our catalog and read our
website. I don't want to do that. I want to just ask you one simple question on the show.
I don't have any time to talk to you if you don't have time to read it before you reach out.
Wait a second. I asked you one simple question for the audience. You can't answer it.
And I answered it.
Okay, answer the question. How do you authenticate a 1920 jersey to your satisfaction? What is the process?
We are not the authenticator.
So
we are the auction house.
So you take it on blind word?
No, I don't. Okay.
I mean, the man's a fool. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Did he answer the question? Get Mirrors on. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of it. Here was his answer. I'll play it back. His answer was, you need to ask Mirrors Incorporated. Okay, let's ask Mirrors Incorporated. He had no answer. What he said is it's too late to ask him. Now, this is a business where there has been an outrageous number of fraudulent stuff. Outrageous number of fraudulent stuff. So to have I asked a fair question. A fair question. How do you authenticate it? He never gave us even any kind of a morsel of an answer. I wasn't rude to the man. I wasn't anything to the man. I asked the question, how do you, so get the company ready, call up and find out and then he tells me I'm supposed to read the information. Okay? This is the man who just made the sale, and if you ask him the question of how he knows the jersey is authenticated, he couldn't give you a sentence on the subject. Not one sentence. In other words, he didn't know the answer. Nor did he care because somebody just paid $4.5 million. That does not make it authentic.